let's get into it. Josh, are we looking at the last dance for Erik Ten Hag this weekend? Aston Villa taking on Manchester United. Because Roma is, I think I sent you a message and you brushed it off. If this goes south, if they maybe if they draw, there's a slight chance. There's a slight chance. But if Aston Villa whoops Manchester United, there goes Ten Hag. And I think I mean, we are even going to Villa Park to make things worse. I don't know what you think about that, Josh. Is it the last game for Ten Hag?
Well, I don't think it is enough for Erik Ten Hag to. I don't think it is enough for Erik Ten Hag to just win this game. The
Yeah.
performance must be really better. United must perform in a manner that it is actually convincing that even if we win this game, there'll be things that will remain unanswered from Ten Hag if we have a decimal performance. But I don't see how we are going to perform any better than we've been performing, because Erik Ten Hag seems to be very deluded in the things that he thinks should be working for him.
Yeah, Josh, I'm sorry we didn't get that right. We lost you for a few seconds. But anyway, Josh, I mean, I think, after yesterday's game, I personally think Ten Hag is the problem right now at Manchester United. As I said, we have players who live for international duty. You're going to see it. They leave, they go. Bruno, Lika, Dallo, go international job, or rather international duty, play so well for their national teams. And when they come back, it's shambles. We are bad. We are so poor. Very, very, very poor. And I mean, there's literally nothing left to defend Ten Hag. And I do believe because I remember Ten Hag says Rashford wasn't injured. Yeah, he lost he took him off. Is it what did he call it? Rotation. That sounds like a man. That sounds like a man who's about to
He
get
didn't even
sacked.
say no. He didn't even say rotation, but maybe his decision was right. For me, if you say that you did watch back and you saw that Rashford was at fault for not stopping those crosses, maybe it's a right thing. But when I watched him speak, I read, and they had maybe paraphrased what he said into the word rotation. But from what he said Ganacho has to come on.
Mm.
The turnaround is so quick, and they have one extra day of rest than we do. So I mean, Ganacho had to play. But for me, when I saw his facial expression, I did read something into a manager who is covering up the real cause for the substitution. For me, it appeared that they might have had an argument about exactly the thing that you saw, and that argument resulted into Rashford being substituted.
Yeah, it was a crazy call, and I still don't
Yes,
understand. But
yes, yes.
yeah, but let's wait and see what awaits for Ten Hag over the weekend. And just let's talk about Aston Villa. I'm in love with Aston Villa. I'm in love with the kind of football they play. I'm in love with the manager. Uh, I mean, I remember at the beginning of the season. Actually, I think before, like a week before the season started, we had a segment called the Dark Horses of EPL, where we had Aston Villa, we had West Ham. Was it Crystal Palace, the other team? No, it was Newcastle. We had Aston Villa, Newcastle, and West Ham. And it looks like indeed Aston Villa is the real
No,
dark horse of the
Newcastle, not
EPL.
West Ham.
Yeah, the real dark horse of EPL. They're doing so good. They're coming so strong, and I'm not disappointed, but rather happy for the whole Aston Villa team. They just beat Bayern Munich over the week, rather midweek, 1-0, convincingly. By the way, convincingly, a beautiful goal from Duran, who came off the bench, Colombian, by the way. I know what's your take on Aston Villa, Josh?
John Duran is the new old Ghana Solskjaer. I mean, he's the super sub. He's the super
Mm,
sub. But for me, Aston Villa is really in a buoyant mood. They are really confident about their season. The new lad that brought in midfield, Morgan Rogers, is very unplayable. I mean, he does things that you would think that maybe he's 26 and he has been at this stage before, but it's his first season in the Premier League. He's been playing in the Championship, but it's such a joy to watch. I mean, he glides through the pitch with a lot of ease. He does not use a lot of energy when he's dribbling, but he's not fast. You know, he doesn't have that lightning pace, but he glides through the pitch and gets past players and brings Oli Watkins in, or John Duran, or Jaden. I mean, it's Aston Villa is it really a good place, but the thing that gives me confidence that Villa will maybe win this game is the fact that the difference between Villa and Man United is that Villa has the desire. Aston Villa is willing. They're very energetic. They want to make things happen for themselves. They come into games believing that they will do everything in their power to get a result from the game, which is not the case with United. I told you for the game we played yesterday, that at 2-0 up, we still didn't look like a side that was going to win that game. We looked very worried. We looked like we were not concerned. We were not ruthless in our approach. That is not just in front of goal, but the players themselves. And this whole choice of the manager to play a very chaotic style of football, I mean, it has just gotten to my nerves because you cannot win football games playing that way.